It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and there's no love lost between these AFC West foes. This should be a good one to watch. Coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be let out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with a loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Escapes into defense, breaks through, and he might break away. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got to rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that point.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Recovered by the defense. They have gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. They'll be let out by the fifth-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Then hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's go. Hey.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Go.
1st and 10, Herbert. Ball finds his running back, Gus Edwards. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Now a give to Edwards, running left. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. Gets this to McConkey. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Baylor Tiger. Hey, go Lion.
Herbert now, blitz coming. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now Cameron Dicker on to try the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. On 3rd down, here's Nix. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The home teams start being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And it's been such an incredible season for him. As we play our final month of football, he's leading the NFL in passing yards. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. That goes for 36 yards. And they'll have first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
Ready.
Trying it left side with Edwards. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Go.
He finds McConkey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys go up 10-zip here in the first. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Denver set to take the field on offense. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Nix from the gun. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Working inside the red zone. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. It's a 2-score game early. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Time for our 2nd quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. Shotgun snap to Nix. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set. Hey, Ram. What is it?
Running behind center with Edwards. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Sticking with Edwards here. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Set.
Man in motion, headed right.
Set.
On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Herbert pushing his guys to get set quick.
12.
Putting the tight end in motion.
Baylor tight. Set.
Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To the air this time. Herbert able to get it to Edwards. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one gains 7. And it'll give him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
It's Edwards on the carry. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
So we've reached that 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
12. Hey, Kappa. What is it?
Herbert from the gun. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And they're going to have a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're now set for 1st and 10.
Set.
Tight end in motion left.
Ready.
Throwing the out route complete. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Set.
Complete on the option. And in for the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys make it a 10-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blitz coming. Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Riley Dixon getting set to punt it once again. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
12.
Throwing on first is Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Back to the air, Herbert. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Ready.
On third down, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Fourth down punt upcoming, and here's Presley Harvin to put his leg into it. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. And now he's going to call for the fair catch and take it just beyond the 30. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Let's go.
On first and 10, here's Nix. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Nix with it on first. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break.
5-9, 5-9. Go.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. That one's caught along the left sideline. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Go.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Looking slant route, complete. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Set.
Herbert to throw once more. Gets this to McConkey. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10.
5-9, 5-9. Set. 21. Set.
Now Herbert again. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half.
A 42-yard attempt.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. So we're at the halfway point of this game. A 13-point lead for him at the break. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And as you see, they were losers in that game played yesterday. Nico Collins leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The rookie first-round pick, J.J. McCarthy, with 2 touchdown passes. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Ewer. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kay Scott and Brock Ewer.
Darius Davis to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, Ram. Baylor Tiger. Set.
Herbert now. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Running back, motioning right. On 4th down, they snap it to Herbert. He finds him beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Hey, Ray. What is it?
It's Herbert once more. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Lion, lock, set.
39-yard line.
Ready.
Herbert throwing again. Finds McConkey. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, Herbert. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the 2nd half. You have all that data from the 1st half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the 2nd.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Now Nick's on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB. And he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Jukes out a 1-stop. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And they'll get ready to go on offense.
Ready.
A give to Edwards. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
380. Good hunt. Hey, go Lion. Good hunt.
Now Edwards. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way.
And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the ground. And bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And they take him down right along the 30.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again.
Baylor tight. Go.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Set. Ready.
Running it after the penalty. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Set.
Herbert from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Set. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And he's in, touchdown! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Drifted near that upright, but he gets it to go. And these guys take a 3-possession lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And that's good for a gain of 5. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, but did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Finds Mims. Juke the defender. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Complete to
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They just get the play off. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll throw again. Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Now, after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Short pass brought in. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This throw is cut. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Nix from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that side.
Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. Receiver in motion, headed right. On the handoff, this is Williams. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Smack.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Only 1 yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal from the 2.
Let's go now. Roll. Bring it.
Going for it, it's Williams. And he runs it across, touchdown. The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Here's Edwards. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Set. Crowd right. Set.
Handoff headed right. It's Edwards. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready.
Herbert. Edwards got it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
Crowd right.
4 makes it 3rd and 7.
What is it?
Here's Herbert. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Ready.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the give, this is Edwards. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He was taken down.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a first down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning.
Run. Set. Set.
It's a handoff here to Edwards. And he gets this forward to the 19. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Set. Hey, Ray. Ready.
Now a give to Edwards, running left. And he's brought down for a loss. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Set. Grenade. Grenade. Go.
Here's Edwards on the carry. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They send a receiver in motion right.
What is it?
Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It's a 39-yarder from the left hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. We know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Let go.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Cut by Sutton. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Back out runs their offense. They can trot out that victory formation here, Brock. Send us all home. No timeouts left to stop that clock.
Ready.
Running behind center with Edwards. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Run. Set. Set.
Sticking with Edwards here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.